Hey everybody, it's me, Sean, and welcome to a new series, Factorio. That's right, we're going to try Factorio again. It is up to Alpha 16. I am actually going to do a bus in this scenario. If you watched my previous game, or if you've watched me streaming Factorio, you know I've always kind of resisted doing them, but I tried one out in a offline game, and I actually really had a lot of fun with it. So. A bus is a more organized, kind of straightforward way of building your factory. The downside is it makes for kind of repetitive factory styles, but the upside, which is huge, is that it makes it very easy to expand, and you don't have to, it's like really easy to figure out where everything is, and it's very organized. And since Factorio is a game of efficiency and organization, it really seems to fit the style. So I did go ahead and I took advantage of the preview function to find a decent map. It was only the second one I looked at, so it didn't take too much time. So if you want to play along at home, I guess, there's the map seed. Here's the settings. So basically I changed all of our ore settings to low. I left all the rest of this stuff the same. Our terrain settings are all default, except I upped the enemy bases to good instead of leaving it on regular, and all of our advanced settings are normal. So if we take a look at our preview here, we're going to start somewhere in here. So we have fairly limited copper, iron, and coal, and stone, especially so little stone to start with, but we have this huge copper patch over here. We have a huge iron and a huge stone over there, and then we've got a ton of oil over here. So we should be able to manage all that, and it looks like we're going to want to run our bus down along this way. So yeah, looks like a pretty good start, and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So we are going to tab out of there, and let's take a look at what we have. There's our, so we have 200,000, we have what, 4,000 stone? That's going to be rough. And then we have a little bit of coal over there. So we don't really have a whole lot going on. Now, I want you guys to know I will be doing a lot of editing in this video. So, you know, we're going to start out, and I'm going to kind of show you what I do when I start out here, but then I'm going to pretty quickly put in some editing, and we'll jump to the important parts as we go along. First thing I'm going to do here is set up a iron axe or two, and I guess I need to cut down some trees to get some fuel so we can get started here. And if you are watching to like learn how to play Factorio, if you're not familiar with this game, I hope you'll still continue to watch, but you know, I'm not the perfect player of this game, and since I'm not going to be showing everything, and I'm not necessarily going to explain every step that I take or anything, you know, this is not like a good tutorial version of the game. But hopefully we're going to have some fun, and you know, I wanted a bit of a challenge. That's why I set the biter difficulty up a step. And yeah, so I think I'll go ahead and put a little cut in here, and we'll come back when I have a little more set up so you don't have to watch me do all this mining. And we're back. So as you can see, I've got quite a few of these rough iron mines going. I've got a little stone mine going over here, not a whole lot, but we're also making some, whoops, I don't want to take that coal out. We're also making some stone bricks here. I'll have electricity over here before too long, because that's what we're going to do first, is we're going to set up our electricity. After I get done showing off what I've done so far, I built up some power lines, so so you don't have to watch me get all that stuff set up. And then we're going to, I didn't sort out all the boring stuff, because otherwise we wouldn't have all this walking around to do. But we're going to walk back over here, and here's where we're going to have our initial power area coming from. Let's go ahead and empty these guys out too. There we go. So we'll set up a, there we go, like that. Yes, like that. That's how I want to have it set, I think. And then we'll put these guys on here. 1, 2, 3. Now, can I fit 2 of them in this thing? Oh, that's cool. And then we'll do 1, 2. I don't know why I didn't do 6, but it's fine. And we need to get water running into these. I guess I'm gonna need an underground pipe for that, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I don't like having, as a matter of fact, I have enough I have enough iron. I don't need to do these above ground pipes. And I should have a water thingy. There we go, offshore pump. Oh, well, I do have one. I don't know why I mean, I do know why, because I'm a little clumsy sometimes, I guess. And I do not have underground pipes yet, but we'll have our first little batch come up here. There we go, like this. And then we turn like that. Oh, beautiful, and it lines up perfectly. So we're gonna do that and there. And then we're going to put a pipe right there, and now we've got water going in, and I will insert some coal into each of these, and now we've got power. So now I can pull these guys up, and I will replace them with mines. And there we are. Great. Now we have automatic coal. So we have automatic power set up, and that means I can set up our research. I don't know why I only made one research lab. We're definitely gonna want more than one, so let's build a second one here. But I also have that stuff made, science goo. So our first research is going to be automation, so we'll go ahead and start researching that. And then we'll get our science goo lab going, and any moment now, I'll put the rest of the research in there, and then once we get automation, I will automate science. All right, so there's that, and I guess we're gonna need to have, I don't have underneath these yet, so I can't quite do the, I can't quite set up a belt to deliver the science there, but that's all right. It's not really that important. Looks like this one must be out of resources. I won't have to use these guys too much longer because we'll switch over to a automated distribution. Now that we've got electricity, all that stuff will be so much easier. I don't really need a whole lot from over here. Did I hit the Alt button or something? Oh no, this has mined up all its resources. I see. All right, well, I've got all this stone in my pocket. We've gotten automation, so we'll go for logistics, yes, because I need the underneath these, so we'll do that next. And I'm gonna put, actually, I guess I could start going with electricity now that I've gotten it. So we'll set up a, can I cover all of this with one drill? I can, great. Yeah, there's not a whole lot here. But I'll put a thing there, and perfect. I'll do that, and then I'll do that, and I'll put some coal in there, and I'll put a one of those guys there, and then I'll put that there. So now we've got stone bricks automated. I'm gonna leave these guys running over here with their copper for a little while yet, because we just don't use a whole lot of copper quite yet, but we will be using it as soon as we, actually, we'll be using it as soon as we start automating our science stuff, so it won't take that long at all, actually. I guess what I need to set up next would be the smelting operation, which means I need a whole lot of belts. So I'll get that done, and we'll check back in a few minutes. I'll see you then. And we're back. So I have set up mining drills here. It's going to take all of our stuff. Now I'm trying to plan ahead for when we actually get our bus going. So if you remember, our bus is going to be starting over here. So I want to have our iron production here. Our copper production is going to be over here. I think this will probably be where we put the oil later on, but that's thinking a little far ahead here. But you do kind of need to think ahead. So we've burned through all of our science. We did, what what did we discover here so far? So we did automation, and then I went ahead and did turrets, and I think you guys were here when we did logistics, but either way. So we've gotten through those sciences. I'm making up some additional belts here while we're waiting. Obviously, I'm not going, what is it? There's no spoon. But anyways, I'm not going for the whatever thing where you get the bonus for not using the stuff. Let's get our our steel production going here. So, nope, I need to have a long belt and a short belt. That's the drawback to the method that I'm using here, but this does allow me to plan ahead, and honestly, just using more space, I don't know why I act like that's some sort of handicap. It doesn't really hurt anything. We have a lot of space and don't need to worry about it. And then I will go with our yellow inserters here. Get those going, and there we go. Now we have good steel production. Oh, but I don't have the ability to get these out, do I? So I'm gonna have to set up power lines that are out of sequence, but that'll be all right. Whoops. I'm gonna put them in this weird spot so I know that they're out of sequence. I guess it wouldn't be too hard for me to figure out which ones are in sequence or not, you know, but I'm gonna set it up that way. And we're gonna run this down, well, it's gonna have to go up eventually, so I may as well have it go up now. Not that it's difficult to switch these things around. And I will set up a wheel production off of this one. There's the right spot for it. There. So we'll do this, and we'll go wheels. Like that. And I'll put a box right there for it, and then one next to it that doesn't belong there. So you're going to go up. There we go. And, oh, okay, you're already set up. Very good. All right. And then, so I haven't automated our copper production line yet, although I suppose that would be the next step. The way I set up these bus factories is I do a little bit of, you know, a kind of a smaller setup first, and then I use that to make the basic materials for the bus factory, and then I get the bus factory going. I imagine that's probably how most people do it. I've never really, I mean, I read Catherine of Sky's guide on how to set up a bus, and it was very useful, and so like that's the model that I'm using here. But I am not like I've never watched like a Let's Play of somebody else who uses a bus or anything like that, so I don't know if there's certain tips and tricks or whatever that I should be using. I don't really know those, and honestly, I'm not too concerned about them. I'm quite happy to play with my own weird manner as opposed to trying to follow the correct way of doing it, you know. But I'll fix that up probably during the next section where we don't record. So I've got a bunch of these in my pocket. And I'll come over here. Eventually, we're going to want to run a line that feeds to these. Run that down here. Again, this is all temporary because eventually our science production and everything else will be along our bus line. Pretty much the only things that are, and I don't even want to say permanent because eventually everything's going to get changed around to something else. But the semi-permanent things would be like our our iron production at this time, because we don't need advanced, yeah, we don't need anything advanced as far as that's concerned. I'm going to go ahead and put a power line there. This is producing that. And we have one of these guys going up into there. I'm going to put those in there. And there we go. We have automated our red science. If I come down here, it will automatically feed down in there, but we are out of inserters. So out of copper. Well, that makes sense. So I guess I need to, and it looks like I have a belt going the wrong direction there. Grab some coppers and make a few more inserters. Let's get our belts going the right way. There we are. Great. Surprised at how many of these plates this is using. I would want a fast inserter on there to get the best level of production out of that. But all right, automated science. No need to worry about that. So my next goal is to set up my the copper whatever forging area down here. I'll go ahead and set that up, and I'll see you again real soon. Okay, so I have set up some copper mines over here. Got kind of the infrastructure set up for all of our copper mining, and then we run this belt over here, which is not really doing anything yet. I've hooked up our coal over on this side, so here is where we're going to go ahead and set up our copper smelting. So I guess we'll get that going here. Not that we're going to need, actually probably we'll be fine with just 4 of each of those, so I need one more red thing there. We'll go ahead and put those like that. There we go, and then we'll do our yellow ones, which are, oh, I need more of those as well. I'm going to need another, actually might as well do like 10 or something. Put them along here, and then I guess we're not going to be able to, we're going to have to set up our power poles to adjust for that. That ding ding noise always sounds like a flagpole, you know what I mean? Like the chains on the flagpole clanging against the pole. Every time I hear that, that's what I think of. It like reminds me of, I guess, like grade school or something where I would have heard that a lot. Cool story, bro. So there we go. There is our copper plate production automated. And we want to get that over to the other side of this lake, huh? We don't really leave a particularly clear path to get over there. Kind of have our science, our science line in the way. I also set up a second science thingy because the 1 just wasn't fast enough. Even 2 is not fast enough, as you can see. Also, we discovered, I think, optics and walls during the transition here. So, yeah, optics and walls. So that's what's new in science. So I guess if I want to get the copper up here, I'd have to go around this side, which is pretty clumsy. Could I go around the top of the lake? You know what? I think that might be a better approach. So let's grab these. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to grab those. Let's grab those out of there. We'll run this up this way, and I guess I'm just about out of transport belts, aren't I? And I'm about out of stuff to make transport belts. Well, that's too bad. I was really hoping to do a good lengthy segment here where I didn't have to put in another cut, but I don't know how exciting it's going to be to watch me make a bunch of transport belts. One thing I do think I'm going to do here that I can include as part of the video is maybe replace these with boxes. So the maybe one more, because our current production is not using everything. I guess we'll make a couple iron chests. Doesn't really matter. And we'll put that right there. Seems like we're still not burning through everything yet, so this might work. We'll leave that. Next production. So I do like to get through all of the red single, you know what I mean, the things that use only red before I start making the next science. That's probably what everybody does, so I guess I don't need to, I don't know, is that bragging? But you know what I mean, I don't really need to describe how that works. How are we doing on power? I don't even know what I was saying. So I need to put some time in to get a few more yellow belts, and I will do that, I guess right now. And we've done it. I have set up, we're still making more belts, but I've set up our belts to run our copper up and around the lake here. And then it'll go up a little further and over here, and then I guess I'm gonna have to get it down. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna redo the whole production chain here for our science. Make it a little neater. We're not close to having the bus set up yet, although we'll be able to start setting up the basics of it here soon. But I may as well set up this science within a standard framework. So we, I could have left the wheel production down here, I suppose, and just like connected it up to a belt. We have a fast inserter going in and a, you know what, I think I want a fast inserter coming out, but I need some copper, don't I? Is that all I need? Nope, I need iron plates too. I didn't need copper at all. What I need is iron plates. And I used up all my iron plates on the belts, that's why I didn't have any. Alright, let's do a couple of fast inserters so we can get the wheels out quickly. And I like to put them into a box. What's in the box? So we'll do that, and then we'll have I guess a fast inserter pulling them out. Why not? They use a lot of electricity. And that is wheels that we're making. So then I want to have you run up here like this. And you're going to come down here like that. And you're going to meet in the middle there. And then I will put these things, let's see, like that. That should be fine, right? There's enough room for, yes. Okay, there, 1, 2, 3. So that way I can put their, no, I need to go one more square down so I can put their output into one box there. We've got input. Here we have a belt coming down. There we go. Oh, look at that, fully automated red science. And I have no wood on me, huh? All the junk that I'm carrying around. Alright, well, we'll switch this one out. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I switch out, does it? It's not like I'm gonna run out of red dealios. And our underneathy is right there, so it's gonna go like that. And then we'll run a belt down, over, and down. There's one minor problem, is that is going to feed out directly into that pole, and we don't want that. I suppose I could circumvent that by using a red. Nope, I can't. Well, I can circumvent it by doing this. Putting an out-of-place pole in there. Doesn't really hurt anything. So there's that, and there's that, and here is our box, and here's our output. And then we have a belt feeding down like that. And we have reached the end of our first episode. So, there you go, guys. How long have we played? A little over an hour in real life time, but only 30 minutes or 25 minutes for this episode, so that actually wasn't too bad. Yeah, there we go. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you will come back and watch more of me playing Factorio. I love this game, And I'm going to keep playing it. If you guys don't want to watch, that's fine. I'll stop the series eventually. But I'm going to keep playing this game no matter what, and I hope you guys will watch me. If you've enjoyed this, leave a comment, click the like button, and be sure, if this is your first time to my channel, maybe consider subscribing and checking out some of the other videos I make. I like to play games, and I do that a lot, so new videos every day. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye!